Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another Cigar Talks. Hope you guys are having a good day. Fucking Monday, Martin Luther King. Which reminds me, we take a lot of shit for granted nowadays, man. If you think about where we are now to where we are in the past, especially those who have sacrificed so much for everybody. It's not just fucking me, it's for everyone. Everybody, no matter color, ethnicity, dude. We live a great life here in the US. So I'm just gonna say that, all right? That's just gonna be the first part that I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna dive more into once I get into what I want to talk about today, and especially today I want to talk about more about Rich Dad Poor Dad because I already had finished the book, but there's a lot of information I feel a lot of you guys should fucking know, man. That's just me. There's a lot of information on that, to be honest. That fuck, it's hard to even remember everything. I'm gonna have to re-listen, reread it to it again. And this is a great Cliff. It's a 10-year vintage. I think it's one of their anniversary ones. Good smoke. But man, this book, I'm telling you, there's so much to learn from this in every aspect. Not only from investing part, as I've said in past podcasting episodes. You know, a lot of people that I've talked to about Rich Dad Poor Dad, they've always said, "Oh, it's about investing," and I'm gonna, reassure you again, it's not just about investing at all. It dives much deeper than investing. It goes into into his mentality, what he thinks is an asset, a liability, and what his rich dad taught him and what his poor dad taught him. You know, you get a variety where from him, he was all like, I didn't just get to learn from one person, which was his rich dad. He learned from his poor dad in many other ways, you know, and one that I think that we all have. I can say, what you can try to change somebody so much, but there's only so much you can change if they're not ready to change, you know. And in that aspect, he dives into that where he's like, sometimes if people are just too hard headed to even try to change for the better, just love them for who they are, because there's no amount of money, love will always surpass money. You know, everything we do for money is usually out of love first because we care about our family. But sometimes we may want to help our family by making them change how they think, but sometimes it can cause friction between a relationship. Next, that relationship can go sour, and that's one part he talks about this book, that though he tried to help his dad change his dad's mind about his train of thought about money, education and stuff like that, being how he's financial literate, he can read finances better than his dad because his rich dad taught him, which was his best friend's dad who taught him. He dives even more where he even says there came a point in his relationship with his father that he just decided to love his dad for his dad, and that no amount of money, no matter what, just love a person for who they are, and then you just help them the best ways that you can in their comprehension. Which part of me kind of resonates a lot, in that, because I see how, we try to help our loved ones, or depending, we all have people we're trying to take care of, which is a loved one, which is a friend. And sometimes by you trying to insist something so much, you can ruin the relationship rather than just, maybe I just gotta love them for who they are. And if they make a mistake, I'm gonna help them in realizing where they made the mistake, but not forcing it upon them, if you guys know what I mean. But there's a passage on here that really got to me, especially in the beginning. It's in the beginning. I'm gonna go through multiple parts of this book throughout my cigar talks and all that. This one is definitely the one where I'm telling you where you can learn from, not just one person, but it's always best to get the views of all types of people you can learn from, because not everyone and not everyone's beliefs or views are gonna be with yours. We all have different belief systems and all that. So definitely, this is the introduction. Having two dads offered me the voice of contrasting point of view. One of a rich man, one of a poor man. I had two fathers, a rich one and a poor one. One was highly educated and intelligent. He had a PhD, completed 4 years of undergraduate work in less than 2 years. He then went on to Stanford University, University of Chicago, and Northwestern University to do his advanced studies, all on full financial scholarships. The other father never finished the 8th grade. Both men were successful in their careers, working hard all their lives. Both earned substantial incomes, yet one always struggled financially. The other would become one of the most richest men in Hawaii. One died leaving tens of millions of dollars to his family, charities, and his church. The other left bills to be paid when he died. Both men were strong, charismatic, and influential. Both men offered me advice. But they did not advise the same things. Both men believed strongly in education, but did not recommend the same course of study. If I had only one dad, I would have had to accept or reject his advice. Having two dads offered me the choice of contrasting points of view. One of a rich man, one of a poor man. Instead of simply accepting or rejecting one or the other, I found myself thinking more, comparing, and then choosing for myself. The problem was that the rich man was not rich yet, and that the poor man was not poor. Both were just starting out on their careers, and both were struggling with money and families. But they had very different point of views about money. For example, one dad would say the love of money is the root of all evil. The other said the lack of money is the root of all evil. And that's just the introduction, just to show you that, you don't have to accept one person's point of view. You don't have to always just listen to one person. We all have that person who we love to listen to, just that one. At least it was for me for a while. But I began realizing there's some things I disagree with people, but because I disagree with them doesn't mean I'm gonna stop listening. I'm gonna keep listening to them, but then I'm gonna listen to somebody else who has different point of views, who has the opposite. For life is a debate. It's not a debate, but it's an understanding. It's a discussion about beliefs, discussion about what they think. I believe there's really there is a wrong, there is a right, but in certain situations, both can be right, both can be wrong. It just depends how you see it in those terms. And in life, especially nowadays, we tend to, I feel, not understand many, but only try to understand one, when in reality we should just learn to listen to many and choose what we like from each. Because in the end, we are our own belief system. You can't be a copy of somebody. You got to be your own true self. I listen to multiple different type of people, whether it's Robert Kiyosaki, Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, a few guys from Shark Tank. I forgot his name. Damn it. One of them's Mark Cuban, and then you got Jocko, ex-Navy SEAL. You also got freaking what's his name? David Goggins. I like to listen to as well. I like his books, and then not that. You got many other books. You have Jordan Peterson. You can listen to different podcasts and see how people think and all that. Not saying that people you listen to is right. I mean, I feel there's an argument to be said in everything if you have a discussion, because, no matter how big the discussion is, there's small points that you can disagree with that maybe you can say something different. But the point is, let's listen, let's learn, and not be so tribal, not be so hard-headed to keep our beliefs. My beliefs change with new information that I am can I say, exposed to. I listen to a new book with new information. My beliefs are going to change from here to tomorrow. I may have a different way of thinking, and I feel nowadays it's like you have to keep your belief system 100%. Even with new information, you got to keep it. I feel like people find that as I don't know, like a weak, I don't want to say weakness or something, but like if you change your mind on something, it's like people kind of look down upon it. It's like in politics, if you change your view on something, it's kind of looked down upon, when in reality it's like, new information means a new verdict, a new train of thought. Someone can be guilty in a crime, but with new evidence that shines light on the case can show the man to be, in reality, innocent. You know, it's not that it's wrong. It's just you just have to adapt to what new information is coming about. Don't get stuck in these ways. For life is about adapting and always thinking differently and always thinking on your feet and not just sticking to one way. You know, that's why I feel like, especially in the animal kingdom, we humans we're pretty smart just because of all the technological advances we have, but we have the ability to think differently, whereas other animals do not. It's really by instinct now. If you think about it, that's just my point of view, though. But definitely with Rich Dad Poor Dad, man, I'm telling you, if you haven't got this book, read this book, do Audible. I love the Audible on this. But if you have time, if you're one of those that makes time to read, for me it's kind of hard making time to read right now. But for me with Audible, this is one I already had finished. I finished this like 3 months ago. Yeah, about like 3-4 months ago, and I finally got the hard copy that I was like, I need to buy, and I saw it at Target. I was like, sweet. I copped it because it didn't go to my collection. I hope to, in my new spot, I want to have a shelf behind me with all the books that I've read or listened to in the past like year. But definitely, Robert Kiyosaki, definitely, listen to him, guys, because he makes a valid point when it comes to owning a house. Owning a house can be an asset, but if you're dumping money into it, if you're paying and it's not giving you anything back, it becomes a liability. At first I kind of disagree with that, but learning more of why he says it's a liability at first, I kind of agree. If you buy a house and you make money off your house by, I don't know, having your business there and you make money off of it, or you're renting it, or you're doing something that comes out money out of it, then definitely it's an asset. He even goes like, it's only an asset when it starts to bring money in. But if you have to constantly be throwing money in it where it's a money pit, that's a liability, which is really, really, for me, the way when he defined and explained that made so much sense to me more now, where I'm like, if I just think of my assets and liabilities like that, then I kind of know what I should be investing my money in. It could be there's stocks, bonds, and so many things that can make money, or even just a side business. Even in there, he even says it's like, it's good. If you're starting a business, keep your day job until that business makes enough money to become your full-time job. And there he even states in his first company, he was working one job and doing another thing and just trying to make more money. But in his other book, Learning to Invest, Rich Dad's Guide to Investing, he got, when he talked about after the military, his dad told him, get a job. He's like, wait, why are you telling me you got a job if your whole thing has always been don't get a job? He's like, you need food, you need a place to stay, you need this. Get a job for now, and then we'll talk later, and I'll tell you more. So he gets a regular job. He starts working there. I think it was selling Xerox machines or something like that. Selling Xeroxes, and then he was one day talking to his rich dad. He's like, hey, I'm thinking about getting a second job to make some extra money. That's what his rich dad tells him. Right there. This is what I was waiting for. Everybody wants to get a second job for more money. Right there. Keep your day job, but start your business here. Whatever your business you want to start it. Keep your day job, but use your day job for the money, but don't get a second job for money. This is the best time to start your own business, to supplement that income, to start making more, and then you can actually start creating something better, which in reality makes complete sense. And it's something that, even just doing this podcast is kind of like, this is my second way, my third job, even though I'm already working 2 jobs, but this is my third one, but one that maybe one day I'll pay the bills. But I also have a few other ideas where I got a few plans this year where if all goes well, I'm only going to have one job, but I'm going to have another job. I'm going to supplement that with a few things that I've always wanted to start and wanted to do. As the time gets there, I'll I'll say what I'm gonna do. I'm just not saying right now until I'm doing it. But it's definitely one that got me thinking, and I definitely feel people should listen to him and some of his advice, and definitely think, we all work. A lot of us here listening work a full-time job. I try to tell as much people as I can, start a second hustle, start a second job, but make it be yours. It doesn't have to be something extraordinary. It can be maybe having a on-the-go detailing car wash business, which is pretty big right now, or maybe you want to paint houses. Maybe you get the machine you paint houses on your days off, and next you have money, but then you can start using that to create a business, to create this, to be like, oh, some more income coming in. Next, it makes it easier for you to get a loan, a business loan for another idea you want to do, or maybe you want to buy a few apartments and then invest your time in apartments. Next, you own multiple apartments. Next, you don't have any job. Taking care of your tenants is your full-time job. I don't know, but it's just the way he says and the way he kind of like opens your eyes, especially when you really listen to him. Guy's a fucking genius, I'm telling you that. Real fucking genius, and it's one, or I wish I would have learned about that book when I was when I was going to school, which I'm probably gonna go to school back again, but it's definitely one where I'm like, dude, that book is full of gems, and his other books are full of gems. I'm telling you, fucking read his fucking books. I don't know how many times I gotta fucking repeat it. Read his fucking books if you're trying to be rich in life. Learn. That's the best way that life itself has taught me. You want to be rich? You gotta learn. You gotta fill your brain with fucking information, not crap information, not shit information. Good information. Imagination is your best fucking tool. Think of everything we got. Computers, laptops, cell phones, cars. At one point, it was just an imagination. Sky truly is the fucking limit. But the one who puts those limits is yourself. How much are you willing to push? Because also, as going through life, I hear a lot of people, it's like, oh, it's stress. People take drinking for stress, take this for stress. Maybe just learn how to make the stress less, but learn how to control the stress, because if you want to be successful, guess what? There's going to be stress involved. There's no such thing as a successful, stress-free business. No, everything is fucking stressful as hell. But you got to learn how to work through that fucking shit. Think of every millionaire. You don't think they went through fucking stresses? Facebook, Dodge, Chevy, Instagram, Snapchat, Microsoft, Target, Walmart. There's countless many ideas out there. But everything is stress. If you look for a stress-free life, I'm sorry to tell you, there's no such thing as a stress-free life. Unless you live in the middle in the wild. But even that's stressful, because then if you don't have no food, you got to stress how you're going to eat. If you don't have shelter, you're stressing about how you're going to put a roof over your top. Unless you're living in a cave. But, personally, me, your stress is going to be there regardless whether you like it or not. I've come to terms with, what? I'm no longer looking forward to a stress-free life. I'm looking forward to how I can conquer stress, how I can make it work for me. How, like some of the best things that we learn under stress. We do better under stress. Sometimes our best accomplishments are under very stressful environment. But then when you finish, you have some sense of accomplishment. You have that, fuck yeah, I fucking did it, motherfuckers. You know what I mean? But that's just my point of view. You can take it, you cannot. It's up to you. I ain't right. I'm not saying I'm right, but that's just my point of view, and it's right in my life. So, it's on you. But definitely, guys. But thank y'all for listening in this other segment of Cigar Talk. Greatness is one at a time, as always. You can catch these on Randy's Rants YouTube, or I'm also gonna have small clips here coming up on Randy's Rants podcast on IG. Also, they'll be up soon on Spotify and all major streaming platforms. But thank y'all for listening. Greatness one at a time. Love you guys.